Right guys, so it's finally time for me to answer your Q&A questions, and you delivered. I knew you would. There's some absolute crackers here, but there is a lot, so I best just get on with it. So, I think this is a good one to start with. Daniel Stevens, what would your opinion be of someone if they had a foot fetish and liked the smell and taste of girls' feet? I like to think I'm not very judgmental, so I'd say each to their own, whatever makes you happy. As long as it's not hurting anybody and as long as it's not illegal, then have some fun, get sniffing, get tasting, as long as the girl in question is up for it. Alright, Daniel? Would I let someone do that to me? As long as I could carry on watching the telly, and they just got on with it, then yeah, why not? Hannah Olsen, do you have any advice on how to stay in touch with friends when you're struggling with depression and ME? She just feels like she's drifting apart from people, especially friends from school. This is a really tricky one. For me, when I'm feeling particularly tired or depressed, I become kind of a hermit and I want to stay in. I don't want to be out with loads of people I don't know because I'm always a bit more paranoid than normal. I think everyone's judging me and I just don't feel confident or like I'll be comfortable in those sorts of situations. So I think if you live in a house where you feel comfortable having people over, try and encourage that. So make sure your friends are aware of how you're feeling and that you're not that up for going out, but you'd be more than happy for them to come round, even if it's just to watch your favourite TV programme, watch a few YouTube videos together, cook dinner, anything like that. I've also got a WhatsApp group with just my best friends, those core friends that you can always rely on, that you feel totally comfortable with, and we just chat whenever we need to on there, whatever time of day, whatever we're going through, we just talk for hours. Some of the group are more like vocal than others, and sometimes I just pop in and out every few days. But maybe organising a WhatsApp group would help, but obviously 3D interaction is probably better. I think when you have an illness, whether it's a mental or a physical thing, you are very conscious you don't want to be a burden, you don't want to bring people down. But more often than not, if your friends knew what you were going through or what you would benefit from, they'd be very much willing to give it and be happy to give it. So just make sure the people in your life know what you're craving and that you're missing them and that you miss that contact. I'm sure that will help things a bit. Hope that helps. Marie, hi Sophie, how did you and Simon met? Lots of love and light. Hi. Well, where did we meet? I was interviewing Gus from the band Young Guns and Charlie Simpson of Fight Star in kind of a Halloween themed interview. This was 2010, I think. It was at Shepherd's Bush. We just passed each other on the stairs that day. He was all dressed and covered in blood and I was some sort of like corpse bride type thing. But we didn't actually talk, I don't think, that night, but I actually knew him least and last out of all the Young Guns chaps. But obviously at festivals and stuff, I was always doing interviews, so we'd always like cross each other's paths and things like that. But it was always just like friendly, nothing else like that. And then it just happened that we were both single at the same time, got chatting, found out we both liked curry, and it blossomed from there. Curry brought us together. What's your favourite go-to makeup brand? Shona Smith asks. Till this year, I would have said whatever, like wasn't that fussed, just whatever was cheapest. Like I'd always go for Rimmel or maybe whatever was like affordable. But since getting into this YouTube malarkey a bit more, I have found that certain brands are more suitable for me or are better. I have really enjoyed Urban Decay this year. Clinique is great for skincare stuff. Lizelle for skincare stuff too. L'Oreal is always good too. I am trying to look more into cruelty-free stuff as well, so I'm sure in the next few months, in the next year, I'll have some even more brands of that direction that I will probably choose. But yeah, Urban Decay has been great this year for me. Yeah. What's your favourite music bands to listen to? and that's from Lucy Chesney. I have the most random eclectic taste ever. I know everyone probably says that, but really if you look at my list of songs, it almost doesn't make sense. I do have a tendency to prefer songs with a minor key. Like I like to feel something, to get like a bit emotional or kind of connect to lyrics or just feel something. That doesn't mean I don't like the odd fun song as well, because I do. Like, I'm partial to the odd Little Mix number, I'm not gonna lie. But I really like film scores, like Hans Zimmer, John Williams, Dario Marianelli, like loads of film composers. I like classical music. I like classic pop. You can't go wrong with a classic pop song. But I'd say the majority is rock or alternative. Bands like Deftones, I guess. Deftones. Let's just go with Deftones. If you had to do a degree and you could study any subject, what would you study? If you've already been to uni, pick something else, and that's Catherine Cogman. Well, I studied fine art at uni. If I knew what I was going to end up doing and what I wanted to do, you know what? I might have enjoyed doing film or film studies, because I am obsessed with films and I watch a film every day if I can, if not more. But then, because I enjoy kind of talking to you guys and offering advice and helping people with problems, then I start to think that maybe something like psychology or something connected to how the mind works might be a good thing. And then I think criminology is fascinating as well, but I think because I'm quite an emotional person, I'd find it hard to actually work on cases and things like that, because I think it would I just get devastated by things, I think. So Hannah Olsen, when do you typically go to sleep, wake up? Oh, that is a good question. I have very bad bouts of insomnia, so sometimes I don't go to bed at all, but I do find I actually sleep better in daytime. Like, I'm much better at napping than I am going to sleep at night, which is very inconvenient with life and work. Why do I always have the burps when I talk to you? With life and work and stuff. I never go to sleep before midnight. It's always probably the early hours of the morning, and because I don't have like a 9 to 5, I might get up about 9ish, I guess. How would you describe yourself in size? A couple in 3 words. Silly is definitely one. Weird is probably another. And complicated is the third. Are you religious? I wouldn't say I am actively religious, but I'm very open to everyone having their beliefs. Everyone can have faith in whatever helps them through things and helps them with everyday life. I like to believe there's something bigger than me, but I don't know. I really don't know. I'm very open to things. I don't know, but I won't say that I believe in one God, or I'd say no, I'm not religious, but very happy if other people find comfort from that. What's your biggest fear? Biggest fear, I guess losing the people you love in your life. That's my biggest fear. And like, throughout my life I've had quite a lot of deaths and things like that, so I guess that's always on my mind, and I still have quite a lot of nightmares about that, and because I've had health scares and things like that, I think that's always something that's on my mind. And my family have had health scares as well, so yeah, I'd say death is one, even though, you know, it happens to all of us. It is weird in a way that we are scared of it, but yeah. Fear, I'm not very good in water either. I'm not a strong swimmer, and once at Centre Parks I went down on the slides and I got trapped under the water because a guy didn't wait for the green light and he landed on top of me, and yeah, so that was horrible. Do you want to have kids in the future? I always thought yes, that I did, like a girl and a boy ideally. But the older I get and the more time goes by, I feel like I'm running out of time, and that maybe it's not meant to happen for me, because everything I do seems to take a lot longer, and I think by the time I'm in a financially stable position, that I'm in a healthy place, and that everything is kind of the way it should be before becoming a mum, it's going to be too late or something. And I also worry because of my health. Like, I find it hard to look after myself with my energy levels and things, and I think, how on earth would I be able to look after kids on top of that? So that's a worry for me. Ooh, it's getting a bit deep now.